Internet. This is a photo that I took of my car about 5 or 6 years ago or something like that. That is done by light painting the car. Now this is something that people that are into photography are probably going to be pretty familiar with. I know Vortex did an awesome video doing some light painting stuff, flying the quad around, making it into a video, and you could see the streaks of where the drone had been. But when you do it for a photo like that, what you're essentially doing is taking a light similar to this. This thing's called an ice light, and it gives you really, really nice quality light, so you don't get those like LED flickers that you would normally get with cheaper lights, like what I've got in the background there. And you can kind of walk around the car, so you're doing like a long 30-second exposure, and you can walk around and you can light the car from different angles. So at the moment, the light is directly in front of, between me and the camera, and you can see that it's like perfectly flat light onto my face. If I wanted to highlight like the contours of, or the shape of my face, I could go more from this angle, or from this angle, or, you know, whatever. And it's kind of the same when you're taking photos of a car. If a car's got particular angles or something that you want to highlight, you might want to highlight different sections of it with light coming from different angles. And when you do a long exposure like light painting, you can walk around with the light throughout the entire duration of the exposure and light it from multiple different angles with the same light. I'm going to do a photo shoot like this tonight with another car, but what I noticed the other day is that I have this light. Now, I didn't buy this for any reason other than photography stuff. It's just a cool, like, portable little light. It's got actually pretty good quality light. You can turn it up pretty bright, so there you go. So that's, you'd expect something to be pretty harsh kind of lighting from something this small and this bright, but this one's actually not too bad, and it's like the flickering thing's not really an issue. And what I'm sure you've noticed about it is GoPro Session, little LED light. And they are pretty much the same shape. The GoPro is a little bit more square and this is a little bit deeper. So this doesn't fit in the normal GoPro mounts that I have because they're a side mount. But then I realized that I got this this mount from Phaser FPV that I completely forgot about. Sorry, Reese. Thank you for sending this to me. It's actually really cool. I just hadn't gotten around to looking at it properly yet. This is a mount actually for a reverb, but it'll fit on my Alien. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this other camera that I had floating around, which is a Runcam Owl. I've never used one of these before. Apparently they're really good for flying when it's really dark and low light. I did notice when I took the lens off before that the sensor is quite a bit bigger in one of these, so that stands to reason it's going to be better in low light. So I think you can figure out where this is going to go. I'm going to mount this light in this mount, like so. Put that on the top of this Alien when it's got the Owl mounted in it. And we're going to have a crack at light painting a car with a drone. Not sure if this is going to work, but yeah, thought it'd be a bit of fun, so come along for the ride.
It worked.
Did it work?
Yeah.
How's the exposure? Because I was just guessing the settings for the first shot. Yeah.
Have a look.
Magic, huh?
Looks gold. Looks like it's gold.
It's got, it's funny how it's got bits of green. The two ends are green. Do you get offended when people call wrapped paint?
No, because then it means I've done my job good.
So gold from this angle, isn't it? Nah, it's totally green now, is it?
Yeah.
The further you go on an angle, it's totally green. So I could do that, and then I can do another shot and hold the light like touching the ground basically. So it's hitting it from an angle the whole way. Pretty tight orbit.
I was gonna say, you're gonna have to avoid the car and the camera. You can do it.
Is this a video on useless reasons to use a drone?
What do you mean useless?
Pointless reasons to use a drone?
Well, you know how long it took to do all those photos before? Maybe we can do them a lot faster now. Tell me it's fucking useless.
Pretty cool.
Looks fucking amazing!
Oh my god, this is so much faster.
For a first shot. Holy shit, I can't believe how well that worked. Let's do it again.
How's that?
It's probably the best photo I ever took of my car.
Wow, that's so cool.
We should do one of your car. This camera is absurd. It's one of those, what is it? The owl?
You can see like...
It's like brighter than daytime.
Really?
I'm not even joking. We'll do one. Are you keen to do one of yours?
Yeah, cool.
I think we should do an angle we didn't do. Did we do straight on? Perfect.
Can you show us?
Makes doing this stuff easy now, doesn't it?
Stupid. You're so stupid.
Hey, it's not stupid. What's wrong with you? Moment of truth.
How is it? Wow.
Oh, that's because it's turning around, isn't it?
Wow. That's so beautiful.
Yeah, I guess because it's facing away from them.
Do a backflip.
Do a backflip.
So I bet you're wondering what it looked like. That's the first photo of the Mustang. Then there's the photo of my car. And I even did a photo of my mate's van. Boss, say hello to the internet. This is the boss. He's just gonna chill on my lap for the rest of the video. So there you go. That worked a lot better than I was expecting. The setup on the drone, as you may have seen, is just GoPro mount. Put that on there. There we go. These cameras, you're sort of limited to a 30-second exposure if you don't have an external shutter release. So that's why I could only fly around for 30 seconds. But because you're not lighting any one specific spot for more than, you know, a split second, you can actually do that exposure for as long as possible. But the critical thing is you have to make sure that you're in an environment that's got there's got very little ambient light. That's why that spot that we use is actually semi-enclosed. So it's like sort of undercover, and it had no street lights or anything because it's the loading dock that only gets used during the day. So not having any street lights spilling over onto whatever it is that you're trying to light means that you can basically do that exposure for as long as you want. I actually think with this camera, the OWL, it seems to work so well at night, especially if you had the light on the front here. You could probably just fly around anywhere. You get a remote shutter release for your camera, and that means you can lock the exposure open for like a couple of minutes if you want to. Certainly you could do an entire pack on one, a single exposure. Yeah, overall, I'm pretty happy with that result. It was kind of just like messing around, having a play to see what had happened. But yeah, interesting experiment. If you're interested in doing something like this, just Google stuff about light painting. I could explain the basics, but there's plenty of information, and there's people that would have done much better job than me explaining how to do it. And any of the stuff that you see there, you're just taking that same principle and, just lighting it with the drone. So not really a huge difference there. And like with I did 2 shots of the Mustang and I did 2 shots of my car. The first of each was a little bit dark, a little bit underexposed, and I fix that by basically just orbiting faster and doing more circles and therefore getting more light onto the car. So same kind of principle again. I could adjust the exposure on the camera, but I just added more light with the drone. So that's it. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you've got any other suggestions for crazy stuff like this you'd like me to try and do in the future. And I'll see you in the next one.